Good morning, dear students. Today I am going to teach you a poem, Polonius' Advice to His Son, Module 3 and Unit 10. So, here Polonius' Advice to His Son. As a title you know, the Polonius advising something to his son about what and why we are coming to know that. Before I start the poem, I want to tell you so that see, whenever you go somewhere or whenever you started anything, your parents will guide, isn't it? They will uh, they will share their experience with you, because you are youngsters. So they say some guidance, they give some guidance, or they say some instructions to you what to do, how to do. So thus the same thing Polonius did with his son, Laertes. So what is the son's name? Laertes. Polonius' son's name is Laertes. So before I started the poem, I want to explain you about the poet. Who is the poet? The famous poet name is William Shakespeare. I think you heard this name before. That poet is William Shakespeare. He born in 1564. He born in 1564 and died in 1616. Held as not of an age but of all times. He is the famous and fabulous writer. First of all, I want to tell you about Shakespeare. He is only he did his education up to fifth only, up to fifth class. So he is not a well educated, a bright person. He learned everything from his life. So as the people said that the life is the biggest teacher. He takes the test and explain it next, isn't it? He takes the test first and explain it next. So the life is the biggest teacher of us. We are learning through with our life only, isn't it? So back to the topic. William Shakespeare. He was born to John Shakespeare and Mary Arden. Father name is John Shakespeare and mother name is Mary Arden. And Stratford-upon-Avon, regarded as the greatest writer in the English. Shakespeare wrote 38 plays between 1590 to 1612. How many plays? 38 plays he wrote between 1590 to 1612. They include the comedy, the tragedy, the history. These all things that include in his writing. Okay, so here some of the the comedy. The comedy is like the Merchant of Venice. This is the comedy act of the Shakespeare. Twelfth Night. This is also a comedy act of the Shakespeare. Tragedy like Othello and King Lear. The King Lear is the tragedy. This story is full of tragedy. It is about the king, wife, and his son. So this is King Lear. So next, historical dramas. Julius and Caesar. So what do you say that there is a movie on this one. Okay, Julius and Caesar. And Richard too, he was popularly referred to as a Brad of Avon. So he wrote many of poems, many of stories, many of dramas. Who? William Shakespeare. So in this all I learned I read the King Lear and the Merchant of Venice, 12th Night. These all stories are fabulous. And Julius Caesar also, one of the famous drama of the Williams Shakespeare. Okay, now about the poem. So as I told you before, the poem is nothing but an advice from the father to the son. The poem is the advice from the father to the son. Who is the father here? The father is Polonius. The father is Polonius and the son is Laertes. The son is Laertes. So, the present poem is a part of Shakespeare's popular tragedy Hamlet. So, this is the part of the popular tragedy Hamlet. Okay. Next. Act as scenes 3 lines 57 to 81. These all lines are taken from the poem Hamlet's tragedy, and this is the lines from 57 to 81. Polonius is the chief counselor of King Claudius. His son Laertes is about to leave for France to join a university. So, Polonius' son, where he is going? To France to join a university. Okay, for his education, the Laertes is going to France for his studies. It is then that Polonius offers him his blessings and many piece of advices. As I told you before, every parent give advices now. So as it is, the Polonius also giving the advice to his son with the many blessings. What are the advices? We are going to know now. Polonius reveals his desires to be a sinful father who is concerned about the welfare of his son. So as every father did, the Polonius also a sincere father and he is concerned about his son. So he gave the piece of advices to the Laertes. Shakespeare is at his best at wit and wisdom. The poem justified his own statement. Brevity is the soul of wit. So here are the advices where the Polonius gave it to his son. Polonius advised his son to think well before speaking. So what is first advice? Think well before speaking. Whatever you speak, before that you have to think twice. Is it good or is it bad? How the person react while you are speaking, how the front person react. You have to think about that person and then you have to speak it. So the same advice was given by the Polonius to his son. Polonius advised his son to think well before speaking and to think carefully before doing something. So before speaking also we have to think twice, and before doing anything we have to be very careful, isn't it? We have to be very careful in everything what we are going to do. He asks him to be friendly with others but warns him not to cross the limits of decorum. So what he did, what he said the next, he suggests him to be polite, be friendly with everyone but not to cross the limits. Okay, but not to cross the limits. He encouraged the strike friendship with others but cautioned him to distinguish between a true and false friend. What he said, he told her to make a friends but be careful while making the friends, that he was false friend or he was true. He was true or he was false, because if he is very good friend, he help you in each and everything. If he is a false, if he is not good, then he will do harm to you. So be careful while doing the friendship. He exhort his son to avoid fights. So what is the next one he advised? He advised to don't fight with anyone. However, if a conflict is inevitable, then one should put fear into the opponent. So what he said, you don't have to fight, but you have to control the opposite person. You have to fear him with your eyes. You don't have to act anything. You don't have to fight. You don't have to do punches or anything, but the person have to be very feared. While you see them, while you see that the person, he have to be in the fear. Okay. He also warned his son to hear patiently what others say, but not necessary follow the advice. So what is the next advice? Polonius told to his son that he have to listen everyone's advice very patiently. He have to listen everyone's advice very patiently, but not necessary to follow. If it is good, then you have to follow, but if the advice is not good, then what is the use of following the advice, isn't it? So he told that listen everyone very patiently, and necessarily that is not necessary to follow the advice. His son may but expensive clothes, but the clothes should not look gaudy. See here, you can what he told next, you can wear the expensive clothes, but it not look the gaudy. Gaudy means it not feel someone's to be very proud, that I only have this much of dresses. This one, the proudness will be not be in you. So he told that to be very, in a simple words, to be very simple in the dressings. So his most famous piece of advice is not to learn or borrow the money. So here see beta, the famous piece of advice is not to learn or borrow the money, not to learn, not to lend or not to borrow. So you don't have to lend money from anyone and to anyone, or you don't have to borrow money from anyone, because it lead the misunderstanding among the friends. So leading leads to lose the money and misunderstanding among the friends. So finally Polonius tell his son to be true to himself. What is the last one? Last advice is he told that he have to be very true to himself. Then only he will understand the others, isn't it? So these are the advices. Now I am going to read the poem. Okay, and now I am going to read the poem. If and line by line I will explain you it. Okay. There may blessings with thee, and these few precepts in the memory. See though characters give thy throat to Thangu, nor any unproportion to throw his act. So be though familiar, but not to but by no means of vulgar. So while speaking you have to be very friendly, not don't use vulgar words, he said. Throw friends to hats and their adoption tried, grapple them to thy soul with hopes of steel, but do not dull thy palm with the entertainment of each new hatched and fledged comrade. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in. Be at that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. So here what he is saying in this stanza, so while speaking you don't have to use vulgar words. You don't have to break anyone's hearts. You have to be stole in everyone's heart, but you don't have to break anyone's heart. So, and most thing, you don't have to do any work to entertain anyone. You have to do the work what you want to do. You don't have to do anything to entertain any person. So next, so give your ears to hear, give your ears to hear, but few voice, but say only little. You can hear anything, but say only little. Take each man's censure, but receive thy judgment. So what he is saying next, you have to take everyone's advice, but you have to do what you want to do. You don't have to judge anyone. Just listen what they are saying, but don't judge anyone. Constantly thy habit as they pure can buy, but not expressed it fancy, rich, not gaudy. So what he is saying next? You have to be very simple. Don't do show off. Don't do show off. You have to be very simple by saying, by dressing, by showing, by whatever you are doing. You have to be very simple. For the apparel often proclaims the man, and there is a France of the best rank and the station, or of most selected or generous chief is that, neither a borrow nor a let be. So wherever you are going now, that is the most beautiful and knowledgeable place. So what you have to do, you have to learn something from there, isn't it? You have to learn something, not to be fight. And the next one, what he is saying, most selected genius chief is that. Okay, here you don't have to borrow the money from everyone and anyone, and you don't have to lender the money to anyone. So because if you do such a thing, it will be, if any misunderstanding is there, your friendship will be gone. So that you don't have to do such a things, means you don't have to borrow money or lend the money. Next, and borrowing dulls the end of the husbandry. So as I told you, that the line means that only. This above all to thine one's own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. Farewell, my blessings, seasons, this is thee. So what he is saying, while you don't have to borrow money and you don't have to lend money, after that you have to be true with yourself. You have to be true with yourself. You don't have to follow such a nasty things. You have to do the good things in your life. And lastly, what he said, my blessings are with you day and night. My blessings are with you day and night. So whatever you have to be own self, be truth, and it must follow as the night and day. So whatever you have to be true yourself by day and night. You have to be true yourself by day and night, and my blessings are with you all the time. Okay, I hope you understand.